Man, Marvel Studios is just dropping bangers left and right. First Sunday during the Super Bowl, we get our first teaser trailer for Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine. Yesterday, they just randomly out of the blue dropped the cast for Fantastic Four. That was great. And now today, they give us our first poster and trailer and release date for Marvel Animation X-Men 97. Of course, it would have been nice to have a bit of a heads up because I just woke up. Apparently, this trailer came out 2 hours ago. Of course, the one day I don't have classes on a Thursday morning is the day that this comes out. But anyway, we're here to talk about it now. Again, I did just wake up, and also, I I don't believe that I have seen the full 90s X-Men the animated series. So that's definitely something I'm going to work on leading up to March when we get the debut of X-Men 97. I'm going to try and get myself caught up there. That's something I'm really looking forward to. But of course, just such a classic series. So them bringing this back is so cool. And it's a continuation for sure, but it's also got its new spin on it, kind of. Like it says here, new episodes, new era. So the animation, I'd say, is the biggest difference, where it's still the same designs, but you can definitely tell it's not made in the 90s. It looks a bit more modern, but it still has that nostalgic feel of the designs from the 90s series. So I do like that. I do enjoy that. Yeah, we got this X-Men 97 logo, which looks beautiful. I love this poster because it's in the style of VHS tapes. Just beautiful. I absolutely love that. Hasbro actually just did that similar thing as well when they released 90s X-Men figures based off the series. They released them in VHS style packaging, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this and talk about this trailer. Again, I haven't seen the whole series, so I don't know everything, but I'm going to try my best. I'm just loving the vibes that are coming up here. You open up with a retro TV, X-Men, Saturday, check your local listings. And you have down in the bottom left corner, you have the photo the photo of Scott and Jean together. And then on the bottom right, speaking of Hasbro, you have one of those classic X-Men, the animated series action figures that I believe is Colossus. And of course, back in the day, action figures for kids would come with the most ridiculous accessories, and he's coming with a giant dumbbell, so that's awesome. I love that. And this basically gives us a recap of the ending of X-Men the animated series with the death of Professor X. Charles Xavier is dead, and it seems like that is going to continue to be a fact in X-Men 97. We're going to continue the X-Men without Charles Xavier. And just what a great ending there, where he's like, oh, I'm glad I got to say goodbye to you, my X-Men. And then the full circle moment we get at the end of this trailer, great. Love it. So, yeah, we got the X-Men. They're back. We get the Marvel Animation logo, which I thought was really interesting because obviously Marvel Studios is developing this series, but we were always kind of curious because, Marvel Studios also developed What If, and that was also an animated series, but that actually took place in the MCU, albeit a multiverse series, but still, it was an MCU show. But this is not an MCU show. So we were kind of curious, are they still going to use the Marvel Studios logo? But it looks like no, we're just getting the Marvel Animation logo, which I think is really cool. So that's probably what they'll use for the Spider-Man freshman year series as well. Any other upcoming Marvel series that are coming that will not be put under the Marvel Studios banner. If they ever bring back Spectacular Spider-Man or the 90s Spider-Man series, or even Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, which I would love to see, this would probably be the logo that they would use. So that's pretty cool. I love this right here. Obviously, in the original series back in the 90s, they had a lot of crossovers. Spider-Man crossed over with the X-Men quite frequently, but I love that we actually have a Daily Bugle newspaper right here that is talking about a mutant fashion show. So this is, of course, the Hellfire Gala, which is something that happened more recently in the comics, more in recent years. So I love that, again, new era, new episodes. I love that they're bringing that into the fold here. And very interestingly, not only is it Daily Bugle, but at the top you also have a headline saying, "Is Spider-Man a mutant?" Which obviously I feel like that's a pretty... that makes sense for the public to assume something like that. And then also on the right, Hellfire Gala, text by Eddie Brock, photos by Peter Parker. So I really, really like that. Some people have also pointed out that where it says text by Eddie Brock, whoever animated this did a little bit of a mistake because it actually says Eddie Block. But I still think that's pretty funny. So yeah, Charles is dead. They have this little shrine for him, this little in memoriam thing. And, even after all these years, things are still not great. People still do not love mutants. They still see them as freaks. Stop, mutants, back to where you came from. And obviously, I think mutants, this is something I'm really looking forward to seeing with X-Men being done in the MCU in live action, is because obviously mutants and the world's hate for mutants is obviously a commentary on racism, and so I feel like this is something I'm really excited to see come into a more modern stage, because obviously it was a problem back then. We're still dealing with that problem now as well. Luckily not to as far of an extent, but it's still not great in some situations. The Sentinels are back. I love that. We have these statues of Charles and Magneto, just the shadows of our characters, Wolverine and Cyclops, and I believe maybe Magneto, maybe Jean Grey. There's a nice shot of Gambit, suiting up there. And here we have our full X-Men team. We got Cyclops, we got Storm, we got Gambit, we got Rogue. On the left side, we got our boy Beast, we got Wolverine, we got Morph. Don't exactly know why his face looks like that, especially because at the beginning of this trailer, when they did the previously on, he had a normal face. Bishop is in the back as well, so loving that. Classic interaction between Wolverine and Cyclops. It's just, even the fact that I just said that, classic interaction between Wolverine and Cyclops. The fact that we're getting interactions between Wolverine and Cyclops in any way, shape, or form today in 2024 is just so exciting to be back with this. So this March 20th, there's a great shot of Storm. I love her look in the show. Jubilee is back, of course, as well. They show up at some sort of nightclub, it looks. Morph has a normal face here, so that's, again, interesting. Bishop looking badass right there. Love that look. And Scott and Jean, their romance is spicing up a bit because it looks like she's pregnant. So there's that. That's very interesting. I wonder how Logan will feel about that. Rogue, love her. And of course, another interesting thing is they, for the most part, brought back most of the original voice actors for this show as well. And Rogue is the one I could really tell. Again, it's been a while since I've watched the show. So, obviously I'll have the obvious comparison between who's the same and who's not, but Rogue, just getting those instant flashbacks and memories to my childhood watching this show, and I can tell, yeah, same actress. I love that. There's the X-Men versus some Sentinels right there. This I love. I don't know if this is something that's ever been done before, but Gambit giving a power up to Wolverine and making his claws have Gambit's energy is awesome. I mean, just as a visual, is beautiful. I love that. And then I love how we end the trailer with, again, a full circle moment from the beginning when Charles was saying, "I'm glad I got to say goodbye to you, my X-Men." And then Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men, as it should always be. Wolverine is not the leader. This is how it should be. This is how it hopefully will be in the MCU. Cyclops says, "To me, my X-Men." Oh, beautiful moment, and just what a great team-up shot right here. Again, Morph is looking a little weird there in the back, but whatever. Besides that, everybody looks pretty darn cool. And then, of course, we got to end the trailer with a bit of a cliffhanger, a bit of a teaser. We got Magneto. Magneto returns, and he confronts the X-Men. Looks like they're having a bit of a gym day right here. And he has the last will and testament of Charles Francis Xavier, which apparently, according to him, leaves everything to Magneto. I don't know why Charles would do that, but I'm excited to find out. So, folks, that is the Marvel Animation X-Men 97 official trailer streaming March 20th. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be weekly episodes. They haven't officially announced how they're going to do that. Is it going to drop all in one day? Is it going to do the what if approach where we get like one episode every day? I also don't know how many episodes we're getting. So that's something I'm really excited to find out. And when I do, of course, I'll keep you guys updated. But man, this was a great way to wake up this morning to this trailer. Just getting those 90s flashbacks, hearing that classic theme song, which of course we've heard very recently in Ms. Marvel, in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, in Multiverse of Madness. Anytime a mutant shows up in the MCU, we've heard this theme song, but it's always been a different version of it, kind of a remix of it. This is the classic version, and just, chef's kiss. Just made me feel so good. So, guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about the trailer for X-Men 97? And thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so you can keep it up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.